Hello again, I am Blunty. I'm here at the EBexpo at the Thermaltake booth, where I'm here with Stuart, thank you. And he's going to talk us through this wonderful wall rig we're looking at here, which is one of Thermaltake's new, well, it's not really a case, is it? A building platform.
Can do quite a few things. So they've labelled it as the Core P5. So it's a new wall mountable case. So you can hang it on a wall. It uses a great feature where it uses a traditional baser mounting. So you can stick it on an LCD bracket, you can stick it on a standard monitor bracket, and you can just drop it on the wall. So it's
you
all
can sit it on one of those desk mounting things on an arm.
If it can hold the weight, you can stick it on an arm, so it can do all that. But it can also take standard feet. We've taken the feet off. And it can also take feet where it can lie down on its back, like a home theatre stereo system. So
or you can use it for like a test rig, a test bench.
Exactly. So it can go 3 different ways, which is pretty sweet.
So, tell me about the stuff you've got in the rig here. This is obviously not quite off the shelf.
Yeah, a lot of it is. So a lot of this water cooling gear is Thermaltake's new sort of LCS gear. It's been out for a few months, so they got the radiators. And so they've even released all their own fittings. They come in quite a few colours. We've got the silver, we've got the black. And they've even got their new PEGT tubing, which is great for bending as well, which you can see in this system.
What do you need to actually bend this stuff?
It's not too bad. A lot of people can sort of experiment on their own, but I would recommend getting a bending kit. They're about 50, 60 bucks, mainly because it comes with the silicone insert. Because if you try bending something, you're just going to get it, it'll just kink. So with the bending insert, it just keeps its form, and you get like a nice bend that does look really nice as well. And they've also got their reservoirs, their pumps, their pump combos, all of that. And now they've got their blocks as well. So that's a Thermaltake CPU block, and they've also got the, this is a GTX Strix 980 GPU block as well.
That CPU block, it's got a blue LED in the moment. Is that RGB?
It's actually a white LED, and you change the different coloured plates in the block. So it comes with like 4 colours, white, I think orange, green and blue, or maybe a red, and you can just swap the plates out for the different colours.
Right. Now, the liquid we've got going around here, that's swirly and cool.
Yeah, so this isn't the Thermaltake coolant. I wanted something a bit fancy. This is the Mayhem's Aurora 2. So it's a bit of a coolant which has been custom made that gives it sort of a glistening effect. It gives it like it's got little particles inside it, kind of like a science project, but it looks really cool on display, as you can see it in the reservoir.
Now, something that also caught my eye was the new ring light fans, yes. The RGB ones.
Yeah, so these are the brand new RGB ring fans. So they're hooked up to a controller now. So if I just cycle through, so they've got a few set colours, and then you can cycle through, when they blink they go off, and then they can blink, and now we can cycle them through their 256 colour phase. And if you've got a custom rig that's a certain colour, and you can't get fans to sort of match the right colour, you just let it cycle through the right colour, and there you can just hit pause, and you can pause it on the colour you want. So now I've also tested that if you power off your system, you take it to your mate's place, you turn it back on, it'll remember that same setting because there's some onboard memory on this little controller.
So if you fiddle around getting just the right hue, you don't have to reset it every bloody time.
Every single time doing it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about these personally. Because my personal rig, I was going to use the ring lights in them.
Yep.
Could not find the yellow ones. They're on the Thermaltake site, couldn't buy them anywhere.
They are new, but you can either wait for the yellow ones or just
no, I'm going these ones. I can go any colour I like, mix and match, change my mind. Now the other thing worth mentioning in this rig, this little screen here.
So I wanted something a little bit funky, so I threw in a little 5.5 inch screen, and all this does is I've got a custom monitoring app, and then I've added a little sensor overlay. So now this is just monitoring like the CPU temp, the motherboard temp, and it's got some things like core speeds and core usage and things like that.
Is that just running off a USB, or is that from HDMI?
No, so this is HDMI straight back into the same system. So we got a dual monitor setup. This is the left screen, this is the right screen, and then I just drag the software over. Nice. So it's a pretty nice. You can just get these off eBay. They're about 100 bucks. A nice little thing for a modern system. But some of the other things in this system that I really like with this case is you can see the video card is standing sort of, you'd probably say this is horizontal. Now, what Thermaltake does is they've supplied you a ribbon cable in this case, but you can also mount the video cards normally as well. You can remove this bracket, you can rotate this bracket 90, and then you can run the traditional way where your cards go in sideways. So they're giving you a few options to run the video cards in here, which is nice as well.
Depending on which way you've got it standing up,
exactly. If you want to look at the water block and things like that. And they've also added, you can't really see it too much because I actually vinyl wrapped this whole case, but they got a lot of mounting for your reservoir brackets. It's got a little pump mount. and it's got a heap of hard drive slots on the back, so they've really taken a lot of custom work if you want to set up a water cooling system, so you don't have to do too much yourself. They've already got everything laid out ready to go. So I would probably say this is more aimed for like a water cooling rig than sort of just building like a basic system to leave it like this, because it really does make it look nice with all this water cooling and like all the tubes going around as well.
I think the only Thermaltake thing we haven't touched on yet is the power supply. These aren't new, but they're cool because you can actually control the damn things through your USB.
This power supply is very new.
This one is the new one.
It doesn't look like it's actually not out yet. I can't say too much about it. I got sent it for this video. This is a new one. They're still developing the app for it, so it's built on the original one. So this is a new one. It'll be the same concept. It'll be USB based, and you can actually monitor it all. I was hoping it'd be ready in time because I was going to put the app on here. Right. But yeah, they're still working on it. So make sure to like look out for that.
Yeah, but the idea is you can control your fan rampings and all that sort of power delivery of your power supply from an app
and
to make things nice and easy.
See how much power you're drawing, how much are you going to use in a month, how much power you're going to use in a year, how much it's going to cost you and things like that.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for taking me through your week, mate.
No worries, cheers. Thanks. What's up?